Ashley sitting down for Tech Talk Lives here on Thursday, every Thursday, where we talk about your technology. We answer your technology questions without all the geek speak. I try really hard not to use geek speak. Ashley gets on to me when I do. So, welcome.
No geek speak. That's
No
for
geek.
sure.
Yes. It's horrible. I get used to it though, and then I've actually started getting used to not doing geek speak.
I'm switching out chairs.
She feels too short, I guess.
You can feel free, make jokes, participate. That's fine. We all know I'm just fine with that. Oh wait, there it is.
There it is. There's a
Look, I'm
participant.
not so short now. Yay! That's better.
Sure. Say that's
What
better.
are we doing, Wes?
Well, right now we're changing chairs, apparently.
Okay. Well, we got to say hi to Nina. Do you know Nina?
I don't think I know Nina. I don't think
She's
I
a
know her.
fashionista, the best.
The best. The best.
So
I
she
don't-
is a stylist.
I don't know anything about style. I just.
Well, Nina's your girl.
Yeah. I'm stubborn.
No.
Yeah.
I
I
tried
didn't say
that
it.
for you. You gotta try Nina. Nina's amazing. So
didn't
she has
say
a boutique, and she is all the way in Gilmer usually, but she travels and does styling. Yeah, Gilmer. Do you know where Gilmer's at?
I have no clue. None
It's
whatsoever.
far away. But she has an online presence, and she sometimes visits. She likes to say hi, and not only does she have the boutique side, but she'll actually do personal styling for you, for men and women. She's amazing.
Little plug. See, if you come to Tech Talk Live and you say something, your business might get a plug. You just never know. So we had something happen last weekend. What was it, Ashley?
It was so cool. So you guys on TV Land didn't get to go, not all of you, but we did have 40 attendees. It was really cool. I know Wes was inundated with work with IT, but I was there over at One Wing Studios, and that's where we do the podcast. And Jennifer, that has Deprive, actually is our sponsor usually. But whenever we went for One Wing Studios, we did a little bit of set dressing because it's podcast where we do the Tech Talks Live.
Yep.
And then we also have the stylings for videography, photography, where we can do some headshots. So we're all pretty much incorporated, but it's a co-working space for business owners at a membership level. Completely unique idea. It was magnificent. And by the way, there was champagne popped. So it was awesome.
Great.
And Jennifer, the owner of One Wing Studios, got a keto cake, which is the bomb. Keto-licious. Am I right, Jennifer? Keto-licious. It was a fudgy cake with the almond flour baked. So good. She had it flown in so good. So I didn't have to break my diet. I was really excited.
Killing me here.
It was good. Yeah, you missed some good stuff. And the door prizes were amazing. There were some metal business cards from One Wing Steel. There were some memberships that you could get. Also some jewelry if you need some bling from the Beau Diamante. And that's for men and women. And we were talking about Paint Me Sassy. Grand opening for that is June 18th. The men's fashion show is July 9th. So I'm gonna tie you up and take you and drag you to the men's fashion show, Wes. We're gonna try on some cool stuff. Our good friend Leon, actually, he would have some fun ideas.
I don't know that I will actually be in town.
I'll kidnap you. It's okay. You don't have a choice.
I think I have to look at my calendar, but I think I will be in Kansas at my
Oh, with
niece.
a tornado? Yeah, I've heard that story before.
Legit, because my niece really heavy in softball and all of that. Shout
Oh,
out to Josie, she's my favorite and only niece, and she's having a softball tournament. So I might be out of town that whole weekend.
you can't be out of town forever.
You're right, I can't. And as much as I interact with you guys and am usually in the studio on Thursday, but today I have an appointment that I couldn't be two places at once, and it's here in McKinney. So I was like, I can't drive all the way down there and drive back and make it the same time. So normally I'm in the studio, and guys, I will flat out say this studio is amazing. I had some ideas about a studio, and Jennifer blew my expectations and my ideas away. I was just thinking a camera and a mic and a couple of lights. I was never thinking about all the stuff she's got, the soundboards, photo studio. Oh, it's amazing. I was shocked. I'm glad she knows more about it than I do.
It was amazing. So I guess I'll talk about that. The studio point, and so getting together, knowing people, it was amazing because we had all walks of life for a grand opening for a client Friday, June 3rd. That was Villas of a Villa all the way in the south, and there were 150 people that went, and it was the north and the south people that I knew, and the wedding industry, the business industry, and also the nursing industry. All three different parts of my life that came. It was amazing. Yeah, more champagne too. um, but she did a really, really cool thing for any of the ladies. Then she had these beautiful homegrown roses from her bed and breakfast. Every lady before they left got to grab a long stem cut rose from her garden that she had grown. She had the porch swing tea that her son has the food truck, and everyone grabbed their mason jar of tea. And then the barbecue was amazing, the charcuterie boards. So that was June 3rd. June 4th was the grand opening for One Wing Studios. And it was so exciting to show everyone because there are all props and the podcast and everything that you can do. And especially as a business owner, that's not something that's in everyone's budget, or they don't have the space you can actually go to at a membership level. What I really, really enjoyed was yesterday. So this was fun, Wes. Yesterday at One Wing Studios, we had one of our clients go in, and she had a webinar, and she was doing a promo and talking about health and how it balances with your life. And she did her commercial there. We actually had the podcast studio we're using. We did the video and the photography, all three in one. We will show you those results later for One Wing Studio. It will be on the website, and she's using it for her conferences for wellness. And she said she felt like a princess. Jennifer and I've gotten praises all day long. We even had my son, because of summer, and Richard, because of summer, come in, and they worked some of the equipment too, just as helping hands with props. And it was just a beautiful occasion, and she felt amazing about the product. And you are your brand, so whenever you can get your sound, you can get your video, live emotion, and you can get your stills all in one place at a membership level that is so affordable.
Yes.
That's amazing when it comes all together.
That's awesome because I've been involved in some shoots and stuff like that, and worked for other companies that have spent thousands and thousands of dollars. And one of the biggest complaints that I heard from top CEOs, I'm not going to mention any of the company names, is having to go to different locations to do different things. And that seemed to be one of their biggest complaints. Is right there is I'm going to have to go to the studio to get my picture taken. Now we've got to go over here across town to do voice recording and voice over. And then I've got to go here for a meeting. It's like, you mean you don't have one place to do it all? That would just make sense to me. is, yeah, if you've got to do that or this giant meeting or you need to shoot a podcast or like we do Facebook Live, you've got everything there. The thing I love is you don't have to buy your mic, you don't have to buy your speakers, you don't have to buy your teleprompter. It's all there and it's part of your membership. And hands down, if you start pricing that stuff, it gets quite expensive very, very quick.
And the cool part, though, so whenever I said it's a co-working, because you and I know, Jennifer knows, but other people don't really understand probably. Um, so with One Wing Studios, like I said, it's a co-working type environment, so it's not fully manned. Whenever you need to go, and it's not full on production, you're actually manning it yourself. So if you know how to use video, you know how to use podcast, you know how to do photography, it's all there in the one place. Techs are available for hire. Obviously, I can handle the headshots. We do have techs for video and audio as well that can be hired. But the really cool part is it's a foundation where you have all of the equipment there. So if you know how to use it at a membership level, it's very, very affordable. You can start with like an hour up to 4 hours at a time in a month's time, and so affordable. So you need to go to onewingstudios.com and check all of the business relations, pricing, hours, and time for details there. But I just wanted to give a shout out for the couple of grand openings we had and some of the technology that we're able to have Tech Talks Live in business at her studio, and as well for Japrive, and absolutely love the brands that Jennifer brings to light. All the One Wing products. Can't wait to see more of the metal business cards.
Yes,
And if you don't have a metal business card, then you should be envious and get them. She has etched now, engraved, and can do sublimated as well. And the edges are actually clear cut, beautiful, and coated.
I was in there last week talking to her, and I was talking because in the IT industry right now, as everybody knows, we have a shortage of getting stuff, and I was amazed at how quick Jennifer was actually able to get stuff in and get
Mhm.
it all customized. I was like, that's amazing that you're able to even get it. And I mean, she's got excellent sources and excellent outreaches. If there's anything you need when it comes to business cards or something, she's got the resources. I was totally shocked that, oh, I can get that in 2 to 3 days. I'm like, shoot, that'd take me months to get.
From head to toe, connect with Jennifer Marcus. She's on here, and hi, Jennifer. And of course, Nina still connect with Jennifer. I expect to see a fashion show very soon with you guys, because top to bottom, you guys would knock it out. And Sarah Esquierdo, you guys need to go knock on her door so all three of you guys can knock that out. It'll be beautiful.
Yes,
So I was just talking about branding and helping people, and wanted to send a big appreciation, and that was my big thing today, just to give a shout out and appreciation. I do have a friend that I did want to give a shout out to that you guys should all know. I met at MetroCrest. He's a videographer and also has an audiographer friend we may have available May at One Winged at some point. But he had a wonderful spotlight and handout. I am able to share that with you if you'd like to come over for our launch next Wednesday, June 15th. Take a look at this handout. So this is actually everything that I do daily. So it's not new to me, but it's your touch point experience so far as sales, so far as marketing, branding, educating your onboarding processes and your synergy partners and everyone that would work well for him. It also is the same for us. And we just really hit it off. It's George Kellis. So I wanted to give you a shout out for Kellis Productions and Creations. And he should be hopping back over again. He did a tour of the studio just before we launched. He was out of town, so he couldn't be there that day. But We expect to make a lot more connections that way to promote your businesses. We've got Wes for IT, we've got web design and photography, we've got the studios for video podcast and photography all under one roof. And if that's not enough, then you also have bookkeeper as well as business cards, clothing design, promotional materials, metal business cards, and more.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Start with that. Come
Yeah,
June 15th to our office at your web guys. We're doing the launch party and we're expecting about 20 people. That's our norm. We've got some very different people coming, including the financial strategists. We've got Melanie and Joe, and they're going to talk about getting more profit for your for profit and nonprofit. And they've got worksheets and also a PowerPoint, and I'm just excited to have them come in. They're fabulous synergy partners, and anyone that I'm helping to promote or our company does, it's because I've worked with them personally, vetted them, and just know that they're quality people that we can refer out. That's why we're doing a show with us.
yep. I mean, we met through you doing my headshots, and I couldn't even tell you when that was. It was a while ago, and ever
September
since,
last year.
yeah, ever since then, it's been networking. She dragging me to stuff I don't want to go to, which helped me out a lot. A lot of people don't know I'm actually really shy in person. Not shy on camera, but in person, I really don't talk much. But that's how I operate. Last week, I talked about cybersecurity, and I talked about EMO cable. And that's not text talk either because that's actually the name of the cable. And basically, what that was, if you
What is
guys
it?
did,
An EMO
yes,
cable?
EMO,
MO? EMO?
yes,
An
EMO.
emo, like emotional, and like the emo guy.
Yep, kind of.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
it's a regular cable that looks like for your phone charger or for your laptop or whatever. And now they've started doing it like this. So you can't tell the difference in this, can you? Looks like a regular plug, right?
Right?
If you plugged your phone into this, I'd have access to everything on your phone within seconds. And
Oh,
there's nothing you can do about it.
really? I've seen those. I didn't know that. Yeah, that's why
Uh,
you're in charge of cybersecurity and
yep.
tech.
That's what I talked about last week and watched a video of it and how scary it was. And last week I did a little more research this week and found out that they just started launching the adapters. They were already doing it in your plugins at say Starbucks and places like that where you would just plug your phone in and they would get instant access to that. So when you're at charging stations, you really need to be careful because now they've actually started making this. And let's just say,
Is it
hopefully,
only that specific adapter? Or do they
no,
all look like that? Or is it
all
all adapters?
it's all different brands, shapes, colors, whatever. I mean, the actual cables that you use for your iPhone, they've made cables like that that look exactly like Apple cables. Some of them will even counterfeit the Apple symbol in it. And
Oh,
yeah, as soon as
really?
you, yes,
They'll counterfeit the Apple. Oh, wow.
yeah,
Can they
they
pull that
want,
lawsuit for branding?
yeah, they really want it to look as real and as close to the original as possible. So you plug your phone into it. And what they do with that is they get all your information. They get all your passwords. They get into your email. The scary part is once they get in, they can do anything. And a lot of people hear what a DDoS attack is, and I know that's tech speak, but that is basically easy way to break it down is that's basically them using your phone to call a website multiple times. Well, they
Hmm.
will use hundreds of phones they have access to and call that one website hundreds of times a minute. And it looks like it's coming from you. So when the police, FBI, whoever starts investigating it, it looks like that attack came from your phone or your device. So now that's
Wait,
how
how do we know what one of these little thingies?
you know.
How do we know if it's counterfeit or is it all plugs or is it just the emo thing?
No, it could be any plug. I mean, they're doing it for Android. They're doing it for every single plug that you can think of. Somebody can go on their website and buy the device for under $100, and you would not know it. I mean, that's why when you buy a cable or use a cable now, make sure it's from somebody you really, really trust.
Oh, okay. So that's our protection is to make sure that it's from someone that obviously won't
They,
know us, but
they do make a device, which I don't have one. It's about this size now, and it's called a data blocker. So that you would plug in your data blocker into here, and then plug your cable into it, and that would block it from reading any data. So I'm assuming eventually in the next year, your phones will come out with some type of chip or something in there that will block it built into your phone. But right now, there's nothing made to block that data from being taken out of your phone.
how much does a data blocker cost and where can you find one?
That is a good question. I don't know how much they cost because every website I went to said they were making it, but they didn't list any prices yet.
What?
'Cause- Yeah, because this is so new. I mean, we're
Well, how
talking.
do you get one? How
How
do
did
we
I
get
get
one?
this? Oh, these have been made for about 6 months to a year.
Okay, but does it have the data blocker in it?
No, I just
Hmm.
wanted to. I got ones to show people how scary these devices are. I mean, it looks legitimate, and there's been several news programs on it. So several news agencies have done information on this and trying to get the information out there. And that's kind of why I'm talking about on Tech Talks because you don't know that your cable has been compromised or not. And the only 100% way, if you think you've been compromised, is to do a factory reset and wipe your phone and start over from new.
Ooh.
Yep, which is scary. Scary, scary, scary.
What
Um,
about so you said you have one. Where did you get your blocker from?
this isn't a blocker. This is the
No,
actual.
the little device that you had,
Oh,
the black
this
and red dude. That
this is
one.
not a data blocker. This is just a USB stick.
Dude, that's not funny.
I
Teasing
know
us.
it's not funny. That's why I said it looks like one and it's about this size.
All right.
You missed that part.
I missed that part.
You did.
Sorry.
I'm actually, I'm actually going to see if I can find data blockers. And they actually have started selling them. Let me share my screen. Because the other day,
Again, make sure you go to a trusted resource.
all right,
So, would maybe the Apple Store or Verizon have them? Obviously, at a higher rate, but they would be a more trusted location, I would assume.
you would assume. It looks.
Would
Can
I
you
be
guys?
wrong?
I this technology is so new. I don't really know. I mean, because you would think, as you look at my screen, you would think, okay, Amazon is probably a trusted resource on where you would get it to block data from coming out and all of that. That unfortunately, that's one of those things that you don't really know at this point in time is who is a trusted source. I would trust Amazon personally, but it's scary. It really is scary. It looks like they're starting to make cables that have data blockers in them. But like I
Good.
said, it is really really new. It looks like Walmart sells them. That might be a Walmart only online thing, but it looks like they've started selling them. They're not, as you can see, very expensive, but that's just another thing in the world that you've got to worry about now when it comes to cybersecurity and cyberbullying and all that. Because once they have access to that, that's
Wes, Jennifer says on Amazon there's a PortaPal Gen data blocker, and it is actually backed by Experian.
okay. Yeah.
Those of you that don't know who Experian is, they're the ones in charge of your credit. So they have to have the most secure and cyber secure um, policies out there. So that one would be a great one. Of course, Jennifer would know that. She does bookkeeping. That would be a fantastic resource if you're not sure about confidentiality for your business resources. I would suggest you go to Jennifer or your web guys because you have to keep that nice and confidential on your business policies, or for Wes on the tech side.
Yes,
So, books, website, or tech, the three that we would definitely suggest for confidentiality on those sources. We like, know, trust, and work together very regularly, the three of us.
and one of the nice things that I will throw out there about is once they get access to your device, let's just hypothetically say you come on my firewall or you come on one of my clients' firewalls, we will probably be actually able to tell you that you've been compromised because of that traffic going out. The net out of the network would notify us, hey, you've got a breach on one of your devices. If you don't have that capability, you'll never know. So that's why you've got to have what they call a next generation firewall, is because it detects things like that and it actively detects things like that. I don't know that the antivirus and all of that has caught up yet because, like I said, this is so new and it's just hitting mainstream where everybody's worrying about it, and there's getting more information out there, but there's a lot of information that is not coming back to people like myself yet on, okay, these are the apps you need to install to keep this from happening. So I know they're working on it, but it's one of those things like antivirus. They create the virus, and then it takes antivirus a few months to catch up. Unfortunately, that's how it is.
Well, that's
But
great information, Wes and Jennifer, both. And now we know what to look for, and we know where to find a solution too that is backed by experience. That's really awesome. Thank you for the input.
yes, definitely. And I'm supposed to be the expert, and I didn't know that Experian had come out with that. But that just shows you how rapid technology is changing that quickly with this right here, and what will come out next. I mean, that's the other thing, is that's the big thing I preach, is keeping your antivirus and all your programs and all your updates done so that they patch those. Most people hate the system updates. I will agree with you. The system updates suck. They get in your way. I get it. Totally understand. Everybody says it's job security for me. They're right. It is. But it also is fixing those vulnerabilities and holes that they find in your program. So if you don't update it, that's how you get hacked. Is they find that vulnerability, you use a weak password, and they've got everything they needed to get. You're done. That's all I got this week. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole too far because then we'll spend a couple hours on it. That's what I got now. And as more information comes out, guys, I will post it in the group, and I might even do a couple extra videos on it, so to keep you guys updated, so you know more about it. But look out for those cables. Watch out where you're charging because they've built it into charging stations too. It's kind of like the
How do
scan.
So, is there like a special way that do they look different, or you said look out for them? How do you look out for them? Just keep an eye on your
Make
data.
make sure it's a trusted source that you're charging from. Make sure it's somebody you know. I mean, that's the scary thing, is there is no 100% way to know. I mean, because let's just say, Ashley, you borrow my charger, and I didn't know that it was one of those chargers. Well, I'm a trusted source. That, yeah, that's just how scary it is. Is say they pick up one of these off the ground. That's one of the things. Is
Diseased. Why can't
don't
we just use a crucifix? People are
yeah
evil.
yeah. They want your data. They want your data. And it's kind of like the credit card scheme that was going around where you put in your credit card and scan it, and it was just an attachment onto the credit card scanner. Same thing. They've just changed it because everybody is going to Apple Pay and Android Pay and all that stuff. So they're not able to get the information as easy. Well, they had to come out with a new option. That's their new option. It will never stop. Unfortunately.
Right.
So, anything else you want to talk about, Ashley? Anything going on?
Well, that was a little scary. I didn't know you were going to go down the scary thing, but I'm glad there's a solution for it. I
Yeah.
do like to know about scary things, though, because I'm a big, big time researcher for many, many reasons. And of course, like no trust, like Wes said, that's even true for apparently your AC adapter that goes in your wall. How scary is that? So
Yep.
don't just buy one from 7-Eleven, dudes.
Yep. Make sure it's trusted and packaged, and that's the scary part. Is it's like anything else, though. If you're going to buy an item, make sure it comes from a trusted person. So, I mean, maybe you spend the extra dollars and go and get it from Apple because you know that cable's not compromised. Maybe you don't buy the 99-cent cable off Amazon anymore because it might be coming from China and you don't know that that's not compromised. Because as long as your phone's got internet service, they can get into it.
Ooh, a quick cybersecurity tip. I know Jennifer and Wes and Rich and I would like to just share this with you because not everyone is as tech savvy as we are necessarily. I'm not saying we know everything, but if we don't know the answer to something, then we will get the right answer for you. That's what we're all about and connecting. I mean, Jennifer had a resource right here. That's what we're here for. It's relationship building. You know something, we know something, let's parlay together, make it good, make it a team, no backbiting. But number one, security, and I know this from nursing, also from someone that has been in sales for a long time, and someone that does bookkeeping, someone that does IT, and we do websites. Number one thing, do not give people your social security number, because you too could be a victim of identity theft. And know that if you do give your social security number, then that is an easy way for someone to pull credit, and so easy. I actually went, Wes probably doesn't know this. I know I talked to Jennifer about it. So I went with my mom to renew her driver's license last year. They still had the COVID policies, so we had to wait in line, sign up, and do our appointment. I was like, okay, mom, go do yours. She had an easy address change, so not difficult for her. I just needed to get the new mugshot and then get a whole new license because mine was going to expire in 6 months. 6 months ahead, I went to get my driver's license done. And yeah, they're still doing appointments. Don't sit there, do your appointment ahead of time. But whenever I got there, they would not renew my driver's license. And they said they needed to have my green card. I said, excuse me, I'm a natural born Texan. I was born at Presby here, and I'm a little confused. Why would you think, how racist are you, that I actually need a green card? Because they assumed that I was from out of the country. And was like, no, I'm not getting a green card. Thank you very much. But they would not, even though I had my birth certificate, my social security card, my expired driver's license, I had everything with me, including my marriage license. They would not renew my driver's license. I had a spotless record.
Yep.
But long story short, that's how I found out that I was a victim of identity theft.
Yep. I,
So
I
that's a
actually
long, long thing, and it was through my social security that someone had stolen.
I actually went through the same thing ish. Not 100% the same thing, but a manager at a cell phone provider was stealing people copies of their driver's license.
I don't doubt that. I
Yep.
don't doubt that. Restaurants do that, gas stations. I mean, it's the oldest trick in the book. And you'd think if you were going to a gas station, that going to a gas pump inside with an attendant is safer. It's not.
No.
Make sure you're using the machine outside because it's much easier for someone inside a gas pump to steal your number.
Yep.
Just
And,
a few tips that we do know to help keep you safe and profitable, and we're here to help on that on the regular. So also make sure you do your one-on-ones and connect with the right people. If you don't know who to connect with, we can help on that too.
We love networking. Ashley's great at networking, all hands down. She knows everybody in DFW. If you need a resource, reach out to Ashley. She probably knows somebody or 5 people. Yeah.
We just like to make friends.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to be really scared, Ashley, watch the video from last week. I actually went on 2 experts' websites and played their videos of how the devices work, and I just have the tip of the iceberg is what I hit today. That's it.
Not cool.
Yeah.
And of course, remember there's facial recognition too. That's the big cybersecurity thing. I was not sure what the name of an actress was, and I made a new friend. And I was like, I can't remember her name. So what did I do? I reverse looked it up on Google, and I was like, that's her name. Yeah. But it's that easy. You don't have to be a celebrity to have that happen.
Oh,
Your photo's there, Google, people recognize you, and that can be used as a disadvantage, unfortunately. So be safe, people.
all right. Same time, same place next week. Hopefully, we see everybody, see more of you. If you have any questions, comments, concern, drop them below. We'll get back to you. We might even do a Tech Talk Live about what you're asking about.
We also have the Google form too for Tech Talks Live, and we'll put it in the group, right, Wes? Wink, wink, wink.
Right.
Okay, I'll put it in the group for you so that they can fill that out with their questions ahead of time and suggestions on topics, and they can share. They can make friends too because other people want to know this information. Don't be stingy.
Yes, don't be stingy. How else are they going to get this information? And if you want to come on Tech Talks Live, we don't have a problem with that. We love doing interviews, so reach out. We don't mind having you. And we're going to do a little bit from our lovely sponsor before we leave for the day. And that's how we're going to end our lovely podcast or our show today.
Yay!
A polished look says a lot about you. In under 3 seconds, that first impression can open and close doors. Jepreve. Jepreve has the brands you love to wear. Style & Company, Pistola, Aiden, Vince Camuto, and more. 165 labels with fit that flatters. Jepreve.com. Jepreve ships from Farmers Branch, Texas. Ask us about local DFW fashion shows that bring Jepreve right to you. Upscale fashion doesn't have to be expensive, and you don't have to dig through racks of clothes that end up damaged and missing buttons from being tried on over and over and over again. Jepreve.com is your answer to fine clothing in casual, career, and formal wear. Make a name for yourself. Do it in style. Jepreve. Jepreve.com. Name brand apparel without the department store prices.